bothering you. I think my wife is having a stroke.
Okay, slow down. What city township are you in?
Please, I'm in Oakland. We just moved here a year ago.
What city township borough? What city are you in?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
Okay, is this a house or an apartment, sir?
It's a house.
Okay, what's your name? Okay,
My
calm
name
down.
is Bob Ferrante. Please hurry.
Okay,
Bob,
calm down. Okay, you think she might be having a stroke?
Yes, she's been having
listen. Are you with her now?
Yes, right in front of her.
And how old is your wife?
My wife is 42 years old.
Okay, is she awake?
At home from work.
Listen to me. Is she awake?
Yes.
Is she breathing?
Yes, she's breathing.
Okay, what makes you think she's having a stroke?
She's just staring and can't answer.
Has she ever had a stroke before?
No, she hasn't, but she's had these episodes the past 4
All right, is she completely alert?
No, she cannot. She's not responding to me.
Okay, is she breathing normally?
Yes, she's breathing normally.
Okay, you said she's just staring off. Is she not having any speech problems or weakness or paralysis or anything like that?
No, and she has this sort of like apatoid hand. It's all stiff. I'm running to the front door to open it.
Okay, when time did these symptoms start? How long ago?
About 10 minutes maximum.
About 10 minutes ago?
Yes.
Okay, they're running out of ways of talking to you, okay?
It's
not delaying the call whatsoever. I want you to get close enough to ask her 3 questions, okay? And tell me when you're ready.
Yes.
Okay, ask her to smile.
Smile, sweetie. No, she's just looking. She's staring.
Okay, was the smile equal?
She's grunting. No, she's grunting.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, listen. Was the smile equal on both sides of her mouth?
Yes. The whole face is flaccid except for these big white eyes.
Was it a normal smile or was it off to one side?
No smile. She's not smiling.
Okay.
She's just growing now.
Ask her to raise both arms above her head. See, let me know if she's able to do that.
Sweetie, raise your arms above your head, please.
She cannot.
She's
She cannot
audibalizing. No, she's not. She cannot do that. Her arms are just stiff, and they're like curled. They're like asymptotic.
Is she able to talk at all?
No, she's not saying a word. Now she's like having a seizure, like she's... Jesus! Listen, sweetheart! Please! No!
All units restricted on main until we get a code 4. Well, are they facing northbound or southbound? Before, are you facing northbound or southbound? 447, 1097,
You're looking at UPMC surveillance video of Autumn Klein at work on April 17th of last year, walking down a hallway, coming up the escalator using the elevator. She can be seen leaving work at 11:18.
30 minutes later, she collapsed in the kitchen. Her husband, now charged with her murder, called 911.
Hello, please. I think my wife is having a stroke.
For 12 minutes, her husband, Dr. Robert Ferrante, who's pleaded not guilty, begged dispatchers to save his wife.
Sweetie, raise your arms above your head, please.
Those tortured groans, the sound of Klein struggling to survive.
Oh, God.
Okay, you're doing fine. Okay, just...
God.
Jurors also saw Klein there on a stretcher, rushed back to the hospital she left less than an hour earlier. 3 days later, she died there. Doctors who treated Klein told jurors they found high levels of acid in her blood, a potential sign of cyanide. Friday, prosecutors presented this invoice allegedly found on Ferrante's desk, showing an order for the poison delivered to his university just days earlier. Defense pointing out the order was placed not by Ferrante, but by another university staff member. Defense attorneys also insisting there's no proof Klein was poisoned at all, suggesting her death was either a medical mystery or potential suicide. On the night she collapsed, Ferrante told the 911 operator Klein had been taking medications.
Brian Mates was the jury foreman, the one who read the guilty verdict, and he has a message for the family of Dr. Autumn Klein.
I hope we did justice for them, and thoughts and prayers go out to her family and friends.
After an exhausting 16 hours of deliberation, Mates and two of his fellow jurors walked us through their decision.
And there is a multitude of things that pinpoint that he's guilty.
One key part was Ferrante's changing story about where he was in the couple's house when his wife returned home and collapsed. That's important because prosecutors believe Ferrante poisoned Klein by giving her a cyanide-laced drink. These three didn't buy defense attorney claims that a Quest Diagnostics lab test showing cyanide in Klein's blood was unreliable.
For me, I ended up believing in the Quest result to be the strongest. It was the best blood sample.
The jurors said this 911 call was part of Ferrante's attempt to mislead the dispatcher and doctors into believing Klein's illness was natural. And despite Ferrante's testimony on the stand, these jurors have no doubt he was lying.
I think he has excellent coaches. I think he had a year to think about the story he wanted to tell.
Tonight, I feel right. I feel at peace.
Where's the emergency?
Yes, I need a state trooper over here at 7901 Henry Street.
Okay, is it Henry Street you said? Is that in Commercial Township?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on there?
Yeah, my wife's best friend's son, best friend, her son, just came down to my house saying his mother is dead.
Is dead?
Yes.
Okay, and are you there? Can you see if she's breathing?
My wife is inside right now. I'm walking through. I'm not touching anything just in case.
All right. Do you know how old she is?
How old is Yes.
Okay. And
35 is her age.
35, and they just found her?
Yeah, my wife just found her on the living room floor.
Okay. All right.
Her ex-husband was over here last night doing brake line work on her truck.
Okay. And injuries to her that you can see, or is she just...
Hi. Is there any injuries can you see? I don't want to touch her. My wife doesn't want to touch her.
Okay.
She's covered up in a blanket.
Okay, so it looks like she may have passed in her sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's no, any injuries to her, no blood anywhere, right?
I don't see any blood.
Okay. Okay.
And her ex-husband was here last night, and I got a paramedic here. Oh my God, she was murdered.
It was a murder? What kind of injuries?
I'm on the phone with state police right now.
Okay. What kind of injuries does she have, sir?
I need a state trooper out here now.
All right, calm down. I'm going to connect this to state police right now. Okay? Hold on one second.
No.
911, where's your
State Police, Cumberland County, he's at 7901 Henry Street. He says that he just found a 35-year-old female in bed. It appears that she was murdered in her sleep.
Sir, that's 7901 Henry Street, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your first name? And who is this female?
This is a friend of my friend.
And she was staying there overnight?
This is her home.
Her home? Okay.
Her home, yes.
Now the man charged with killing his estranged wife made his first court appearance in Cumberland County. Jeremiah Monell had been on the run for 2 weeks before police arrested him on Monday. Let's get you right out to our Dawn Timoney, who's live outside the Cumberland County Courthouse. Dawn.
Well, Ian, the 32-year-old appeared from the Cumberland County Jail by video camera. He did not have much to say, but a cousin of the victim certainly did.
A lot of anger. I would say there was a lot of anger in my mind and in my heart.
Choking back tears, Brian Dunn says he was overwhelmed with emotion when he saw Jeremiah Monell appear by video today in Cumberland County Court. Monell is charged with stabbing to death his cousin, 35-year-old Tara O'Shea Watson, at her home in Commercial Township on December 19th.
She had a restraining order. She had definitely went to the judge plenty of times to get the kids and herself out of state. The judge granted her to leave the state, but not the kids, and she wasn't leaving the kids behind.
O'Shea Watson had 2 children with Monell, a 12-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter, who police say were at home at the time of the murder. Family and friends say she endured years of domestic abuse.
It costed her life. There's nothing going to bring that back.
Monell was on the run for 2 weeks. His pickup was discovered in Cedarville a day after his estranged wife's murder. He was finally arrested on Monday after someone spotted him hiding in a wooded area and called police. Today in court, the judge read the charges against Monell, the most serious being first-degree murder.
And if you are convicted on that charge, sir, you can receive a sentence of up to 30 years to life in prison, with a minimum period of parole and eligibility of 30 years. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And I'm done hiding what I feel. I want him buried underneath that jail. He's hurt her for way too long. Now it's time for him to feel some of that pain. Could take away his freedoms.